And you told me that you love me.
Hi, this is Johnny Burgin with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. This is the intro, and we're going to go through the whole song, Funny But True, by Robert Jr. Lockwood. Those of you who watch this channel, you already know who Robert Lockwood is, I'm sure. And if you don't, definitely check him out. Studio player, great band leader, great songwriter, unique guitar style, and the torchbearer of Robert Johnson's music, who was a stepdad. That's in case you just got to the movie here. Anyway, here we go. This is an E, and it's like a 1, 6, 2, 5 kind of blues ballad. So here we go. And then I messed that up just a little bit, but I'll explain that. I'll play it again one time slow. Yeah, that was just about right. So it's like an E major kind of thing. Like Hideaway or something, or things I used to do. Or like that. So second fret up from your 12th, and then second and fourth fret up from your 12th fret, which is the E octave, right? And now you just got to switch positions. You know, this whole song, he's always switching positions. Always. It's interesting. So now he's here, kind of out of this, I call it like a D minor shape. Or however you want to finger it. I'm not like super dogmatic about fingering unless I'm really saving a lot of time and energy. And then notice to get 2 notes at the end. And you know, he's always doing this. It's like a little resolution from a 1 to the 5. And then he goes, I thought it was this, but it's not. Something like that. It's like he does one rhythm, then another, back to the original rhythm, and then the other rhythm again. And then that's your augmented chord. And then notice the way he walked into that E ninth chord. He didn't go, he went. I don't think he starts strumming like that yet, but this is like awesome for a trio because you could sing and you could just go. Try to hit it at first hard and then back off a little bit, you know. How do you do, people? You know. But, you know, he's going to build into that. So right now he's just walking down to his 9th chord with the 12th fret A string. And then walk up the 9th chord that's been raised up 1, that's 13 and 12. Then hit the whole thing. From city to city. And then I'm doing I can't tell if he's doing it this way or not with the low E string or not, but it sounds good. From town to town. From tavern to tavern. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he does this one, which is like a 6th chord that's been moved down 2 frets. And then, you know, do 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 do, and then he just plays an A minor down here. If you want to, you can make it an A minor 6. Does everybody understand that? Here's your A minor. Put the 6 on the 2nd fret of the E string. There you go. You know, whenever you're in the middle of your 4 chord, the first bar is major, the second bar is for minor. I can't sing that. Minor, right? Yeah. It's kind of a sweet thing, like the BB blues ballads, the Lonnie Johnson blues ballads. It's really typical, and it's nice. You know, it's sort of a cue to the listener, like, dear listener, this is a sad story, kind of a thing. And then back to the further I travel. And then he just plays a whole freaking bar chord, C sharp or C seventh. And now we're going to walk up from an E minor, F, F sharp minor. So it's a 2 minor, right? You understand why it's a 2, right? The C sharp major is a 6. This is a 2 because E in this case is the 1. So, whoops. It's funny but true, baby. And then he just plays. And then you could also do the Lockwood chord that he likes, which is a flat 9 like this. That's the chord he uses in Can't Stand the Pain. This is on my previous lesson on Lockwood on the Steady Roll of Band record. But he doesn't do that. But you can do it. It's nice. And then that's basically what he does. He might do that, or just try to get that with 1 stroke. 3 notes, 1 stroke. Do the bend. He does this lick all the time. Now we're going to get out of there. Time to go in front of this E chord, in front of it. 9th fret, 1st finger. So, yeah. So that's how the verse goes. The solo. He takes this lick, makes it more complicated, and let's start 2 bars before the solo. So it's funny but true, baby. He doesn't do that. Real muscular. It's funny but true. And I don't know. And then that was a little too many notes. I'm going to do it the simpler way, and then you can rev it up later, like in the heat of the moment. And the solo is a repeat of the intro, right? Because he knows exactly what he wants to say. Here we go. This is cool as hell. That is just cool, and it's not that hard. But it's interesting. I've never heard anybody do that. This strange parallel climb, you know, from like one position to the other, to this. So we did that at the beginning. Now we're going to go up 1 more fret on the E string, 2 more frets on the B, 1 fret on the E, 1 fret on the B. You can feel something's about to happen. We're going to get all the way up to the 5th on the high E string. Oh! And now he's going to play like his turnaround lick almost, but more. So you can just double up this. However you want, and then when you're done with that, go down here. So that's not totally exact, but just get the first one totally exact and then just let it rip. I think that's going to get the flavor. So now we've got through the 1, right? Time to go 4. That's easy, right? We're on A all the way up here, and we're going to walk up to it, ending up with your 2nd finger So you can't do this because that's going to tie you up in a knot. So just move your hand. This is, oh gosh, 16, 17. Move your hand. You could try it here first if it's hard to play up here. Now this is not so bad, okay? It sounds fancy, and it is fancy, but it's not. It's an A7. Can you play your A7 down here? Then you can play it up here if you just tighten up your hand a little bit. Now let's go 1 fret backwards. Now 1 fret forwards again and down the string. That's just sort of describing where it is. And now he's going to answer it in another position. That one is a tricky one. I listen to that over and over again slowly, but it's out of here, out of a he almost a minor, but then he gets major at the end. Let me try that one more time. Now we're about to go back to the 1. He's just going to slam into an E ninth chord with all strings. Just slice it like you're slicing into a big steak. And then just move your third finger up. And he just lets it have it. 10th fret. This note doesn't fit in the chord. Don't worry about it. It flies by so fast, I know that's the note. So that's all just 7 and 9. Does that make sense? So we went do 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 do. And then over the 6, he continues to play this. Now you can be a real macho guy and do this if you want. It's just like Honest I Do, right? I mean, it's that position out of your 9th chord with your pinky kind of extending to the 9th fret, E string, B string, and then G string. But you can cheat if you want to. You can go like... I did like that because this is really hard for me to do, okay? And I just don't feel like suffering, so... And then we're on the 2. So he has an interesting thing he does in the 2, and we've talked about this in the previous Lockwood lesson. Let's see. So he's really playing his changes on the 2 and the 5, or he could do it here. Either way, he went F sharp minor, B ninth, F sharp minor, B 7th. Yeah, here we go. That's 9, 10, 11, 12 on the E. And now I'm out of there because like we're going back towards the E, right? So which fits, kind of sounds pretty over because like it's like we're almost there, guys. I'm going to try the whole solo now. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. Now I'm going to try it a little faster. All right, that's basically the roadmap to the solo. I do think the solo was more or less a set piece in its own way. When he played this kind of a song, he sort of worked out this solo and did it that way. And you can hear other examples of it, but this song is really great, and it was great to be playing it live here in this Finland tour with Quique Gómez, and just a lot of fun. So if you have some Robert Lockwood memories, always happy to hear about them. If you know more about the Trix label or any of those amazing players who played on that record, the drummer's great. Gosh, I just had his name here. Marcus Reedus on saxophone, George Cook on drums, and Gene Schwartz. These guys are great. The feel, I mean, they really sound like they had just been playing until 5 in the morning, and then they just like got up and had a cup of coffee and went to the studio and just did it. Join me on Patreon for weekly guitar chats. They're a little hard to do when I'm in Europe for a couple months, but I will be back doing that. And join me on Patreon to support these free lessons. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends, and thanks a lot. See you next time.